I will never forgive you, Jalen. And it may not matter, but I hope that your children grow up without you so that they can be better.
Thank you. I was on panic mode ever since that happened. Her mom at one point talked to me and I couldn't bring myself to be like, your daughter just died. What do I do?
Zion. She just turned 17 in November.
She just blanks out, wake up.
She laid her head back, so I can let you go to sleep for a bit, whatever.
Okay.
And then about 15 to 20 minutes after that, I was like, okay, are you good? You ready to go home? And she wasn't responding.
And then you start shaking her. She doesn't wake up. You check her pulse. Do you think she's dead at that point, or does she still just have faint breathing? And
it wasn't anything.
There was nothing at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I put her into the trunk, and I just dumped her body.
January 5th, 2022. A 17-year-old girl left her home to spend time with someone she trusted completely. Her cousin. Hours later, she would vanish without a trace. Her phone went silent. Her dreams of becoming a music artist would never be realized. And the person responsible for her disappearance? The very same family member she went to visit that day. Stay tuned as we reveal everything about this case. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about this story. Welcome to our channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Like and share this video to help raise awareness and spread caution. Let's begin.
Well, at 5 o'clock, we got a glimpse into the intense police interrogation of Jalen Brazier. Now, he's on trial accused of murdering his cousin, Zion Foster. Well, today's testimony entered the first week of Brazier's trial for second-degree murder. And as you might imagine, Zion's mother has been watching every moment after testifying in court herself.
Zion Foster was a high school senior with her whole life ahead of her. She had ambitions in music and entertainment. She was loved by her family and friends. But on that January evening, everything changed. What her family didn't know was that the answers they desperately sought were being hidden by someone who sat at their dinner table. Someone who looked them in the eye and lied. This is the story of Zion Foster, a young woman whose life was stolen by betrayal, and a family's fight to find the truth when the person they trusted most became their worst nightmare.
But the fact is that it seems to me like he was hiding. He didn't pull up in my driveway. He pulled up in my neighbor's driveway. And he's pulled up in my driveway before. We've given each other a hug. I've spoken to him. He came that night and he picked my baby up by pulling into my neighbor's driveway and then parking in the front of my other neighbor's driveway.
On January 5th, 2022, Zion made plans to spend time with Jalen. There was nothing unusual about this. They were family. They had spent time together before. She trusted him completely. But when she left to meet him that day, it would be the last time her family would see her alive. As the hours passed and Zion didn't return home, her family grew concerned. She wasn't answering her phone. She wasn't responding to messages. This wasn't like her. They tried reaching out to Jalen, asking if he had seen her or knew where she might be. His response would be the beginning of a web of lies that would eventually unravel. Jalen told investigators and family members that he had been with Zion earlier that day. He claimed they had smoked marijuana together at his home. According to him, Zion had left his place, and he didn't know where she went after that. He insisted he had no idea what happened to her. The family, desperate for answers, wanted to believe him. But as days turned into weeks with no sign of Zion, the questions only grew louder. Detroit police launched an investigation into Zion's disappearance. They questioned Jalen multiple times, and each time, his story remained consistent. Zion left his home, and he didn't know what happened next. But investigators had reason to be suspicious. They began collecting evidence, analyzing phone records, and speaking to witnesses. The forensic evidence started to tell a different story. Witness statements contradicted parts of Jalen's account. There were inconsistencies in his timeline. Phone data and other digital footprints didn't align with what he claimed. Investigators knew something was wrong, and they continued to apply pressure. Eventually, Under mounting pressure and faced with contradictory evidence, Jalen Brazier's story changed. He admitted that Zion had not simply left his home, as he previously claimed. Instead, he confessed to something far more devastating. According to Jalen, after they smoked marijuana together, Zion stopped breathing. He claimed she became unresponsive. But instead of calling 911, instead of seeking emergency help that could have potentially saved her life, he made a choice that would haunt Zion's family forever. In a state of panic, Jalen said he put Zion's body in the trunk of his car. He then drove to a dumpster and disposed of her remains. He threw her away like trash. A 17-year-old girl with dreams and a family who loved her, discarded in a waste container that would eventually be emptied into a landfill. The confession was devastating. Not only had Jalen allegedly allowed Zion to die without attempting to get help, but he had also spent weeks lying to her family and to investigators. He looked her mother in the eye and pretended he didn't know what happened. He attended searches for her, knowing exactly where her body had been taken. For Zion's family, the revelation was unbearable. Their daughter was gone, and the person responsible was someone they had welcomed into their lives, someone they trusted. Based on Jalen's confession, authorities launched an extensive search operation. They identified the landfill where the dumpster contents would have been taken. What followed was a massive, painstaking effort to find Zion's remains and bring her home to her family. Crews spent weeks searching through tons of waste material. The conditions were difficult. The task was overwhelming. But the determination to find Zion never wavered. Her family needed closure. They needed to lay their daughter to rest with dignity. The community rallied around Zion's family during this time. Volunteers showed up. People who had never met Zion felt compelled to help. The search became a testament to how many lives this tragedy had touched. But despite all the effort, despite the resources dedicated and the hours spent searching, Zion's body was never recovered. The landfill had received countless tons of waste in the weeks since her disposal. The reality was heartbreaking. Zion's family would have agreed without ever being able to bring her home.
When you arrived at that area, did you have any sort of interaction with Mr. Brazier?
Yes.
And what was the nature of that interaction?
He was to identify the dumpster that he put Zion Foster in.
Okay, and was that interaction something that was recorded on video?
Yes, it was on the officer's body-worn camera.
Where'd you go? I'm gonna walk up to you, okay?
Yes. It was already open. Yes.
Did you close it?
Yes.
You closed it?
Yes.
Where did you park your car?
Right by it, right in front of it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I said right in front of it.
Did you back into it or did you pull forward?
Yeah.
So you were side by side? Okay.
One sitting there with there.
Okay, and stopping the video, the dumpster that the defendant identified looking at Exhibit 45, you see the dumpster in this photo?
Yes.
And which of the two dumpsters would it have been?
It'll be the one on the right that's mostly green with the lid closed.
And when you were out there at the area on the night of January 19th, did you look inside that dumpster?
Yes.
And did you see anything notable in it at that time?
No.
So there wasn't a body in the dumpster at that time?
Nobody.
And just for clarity of the record, when throughout your testimony we've been discussing the defendant, Jalen Brazier, do you happen to see the individual that you interacted with that night in court today?
Yes.
And just for the record, could you point to him and describe what he's wearing?
He has a blue suit on with a green shirt under it.
Thank you. If the record could reflect that the witnesses identify the defendant.
Zion. She just turned 17 in November. She shares her location with me everywhere she goes. She asks if she can go wherever I would allow her to go. There are yeses and there are nos. Because as a parent, you want to protect your babies. I have 6 kids. Zion is my oldest. All of my children look up to her. We were supposed to be planning her prom, her dress and colors. I'm still getting emails from the school right now for graduation pictures and just graduation. And now we can't do any of that because she asked me if she could go with Jalen. And I said yes, because I trust him. And I thought he would be responsible. But the fact is that it seems to me like he was hiding. He didn't pull up in my driveway. He pulled up in my neighbor's driveway. And he's pulled up in my driveway before. We've given each other a hug. I've spoken to him. He came that night and he picked my baby up by pulling into my neighbor's driveway and then parking in the front of my other neighbor's driveway. He called me. I didn't call him. He called me on the 5th when my baby didn't come home. He called me to say, I don't know why Zion would lie and put me into this. I haven't seen her in years. I haven't seen her in months. And I'm like, what? It wasn't too long ago that I saw you. And even knowing that my baby has been in contact with him, I kept going to his house. I just wanted him to tell me the truth. I stayed up for nights, for days, panicking and being so fearful. God, please don't let my baby be dead. Please, God, don't let my baby be just thrown away like she's nothing. These are the things that I prayed. I was fasting, my children not getting sleep, not eating, can't go to work. I'm a single parent. Everything that I do is for my children. Every ounce of money and time or whatever and energy is for them. It's to make sure that they're good. It's to make sure that they're surrounded by people that love them and protect them. And so yes, Zion, you can go with your cousin who you have in your phone as Favo because he's your favorite on that side of the family. And to say, you panicked. Then why didn't you think about my baby? What if you were so high you didn't know she was alive? And you just threw her in a dumpster in the cold without a coat? And if that's the case, that means that my baby was crushed in the process of how trash is taken and picked up and placed in a landfill where she will never be found. I will never know. I will never know. I won't get to see my baby again. And as far as the many times that I went to his house during the search, Your Honor, he helped me post flyers of my baby in his neighborhood, on the corner of his house, the street that he lives. He told me, along with his mother, I would not lie to you. I know this has got to be really fearful for you. But I'm telling you, I have not seen her. I have not been around her. His mother said, my baby wouldn't lie to me. And so now everybody is suffering. My children are suffering, and they have to grow up knowing that their cousin did something this awful, and that their big sister isn't there anymore. And we have so many events and so many life changes that are happening now. My son came to his house and he didn't recognize him, but my son was so angry and he just knocked at the door and was like, "Is Zion here? Is Zion here?" You could have came and said something. You could have called 911. You could have called your mom. You could have called relatives that are all around. Somebody could have helped. Somebody could have known something, but it seems like more than just a panic. It seems like you did something or you gave something. Because why, if you love her, if she says that she loves you, and she always does, and you say that you love her, then why? How is it that someone that can love someone could just dispose of them in trash like she's nothing? And then come with me and post flyers and reach out to me and tell me, "I don't know, I know you're looking for Zion, but I don't know. I haven't seen her. I haven't spoke to her, and I don't know why she would use me." Why lie? This is something that can't be repaired. She cannot be replaced. This cannot be rectified. And we will never have closure. And as much as I love you guys, as much as I love that family, you have caused such distinction that it's hard to trust family at all. And now my babies are even more isolated. Because how can I trust family when family is one who did this? I will never forgive you, Jalen. And it may not matter, but I hope that your children grow up without you so that they can be better.
Thank you.
This case forces us to confront difficult truths about panic, accountability, and the consequences of choosing fear over action. If Jalen had called 911 when Zion became unresponsive, this story might have had a different ending. Emergency responders might have been able to save her life. At the very least, her family wouldn't have been robbed of the chance to say goodbye. The Zion Foster case also highlights a unique and enduring pain experienced by families who never recover their loved ones. There's no grave to visit, no final resting place to honor their memory. The grief remains unresolved in ways that are difficult for others to fully understand. For investigators and the justice system, this case demonstrates the importance of persistence. Forensic evidence, witness interviews, and detailed timeline analysis ultimately expose the truth, even when the person responsible was family and initially trusted. Zion's story reminds us that every missing person deserves a tireless search for answers. Every family deserves the truth, no matter how painful it might be. Zion Foster was just 17 years old. She had dreams of a career in music and entertainment. She had a family who loved her deeply. Her life should have stretched out before her, with endless possibilities. Instead, it was cut short in a moment of panic, followed by weeks of deception. Her family continues to live with the pain of her loss and the absence of closure that comes from never laying her to rest. But they have also fought to ensure that Zion is remembered not just as a victim, but as the vibrant young woman she was. Today, we remember Zion Foster. We honor her memory, and we stand with her family in their ongoing grief. Thank you for watching and for taking the time to learn about Zion's story. If you found this video meaningful, please like and subscribe to our channel. Check out our playlist for more cases where we seek to honor victims and pursue truth. Until next time, stay safe.